Streaming live across the globe to nerds around the nation. Everything Noob starts now.
Hello, welcome to the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortak.
I'm Jemmy.
And I'm Lido.
And tonight we have a very interesting topic. We're kind of getting away from news stories. And for episode 16, since it's such an important number, it's our Sweet 16. No? Okay.
Our quinceañera.
Well, no, mostly it's because there's nothing in the news going on too much about video games except them waiting for E3. That's all it's been. So, I pulled up an article. It's kind of old now, but it's still very relevant to today, and we're going to talk about it. They're saying by the year 2050, humans will be able to upload their brains and their consciousness into a supercomputer and essentially live forever. That's what they're saying. And, you know, humans are always trying to make themselves immortal. That's the dream, right? And this is an option, apparently. In the year 2050, they're predicting that's when something like that will be available to, you know, the very rich. And then 20 years later, it'll be a little more affordable. But I thought, you know what? If that's possible, there's absolutely no reason why they couldn't take our brain and put us in the controls of a video game. Any video game we want. And we can play that for, you know, as long as we want. Because that's just, what else are we going to do sitting in a computer all day?
That'll probably come before that, though.
What?
Where you kind of like temporarily jack into something.
I think so.
So VR like that probably would come before like a permanent uplink.
I just thought...
I know with the...
What?
Oh, I was going to say, I know with the way video games are going now, they're almost like a virtual reality. So, I mean, like, years ago, it would be like, you know, you play a video game, and it was just a video game, and then now they've made it so you almost get attached to the character, like the character becomes you, and so you're careful with that character, or whatever, like, whatever kind of game you're playing, the character is you.
Yeah.
And so that would be interesting to be able to go inside of an avatar's, you know,
Oh, I remember
coding.
Growing up as a kid, all these movies were coming out about virtual reality. You know, everyone wanted to escape reality, so they had to put themselves inside a game. And I thought, you know, no game that feels worth that to me. Like, I have a life to live, and I still play RPG games and MMOs like that, but it seems every big successful game has to have some sort of an economy, and you have to, you know, you do things that you would do in real life except in this fantasy world instead of your actual life. So you go around, you have to make money, and you have to perform business, and you have to, you know, you have to survive in this game. Meanwhile, you have a real job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what they're saying.
It's bizarre.
If you're on your deathbed and they come to you and say, okay, this is an option. You can, you know, you can die, or you can go into a computer and you can play video games your whole, you know, for however long. And I mean, I'm talking hypothetically though. We don't have to get into the science of it. We don't have to get into religion or anything like that. This is just a fun hypothetical discussion. What games do you think would make, you know, for a good, I don't know what you want to call it, a good afterlife, or, you know, you know what I mean?
Good virtual reality experience.
Yes. What game would you want to upload yourself into?
Right. I think the games that we have now, I mean, obviously fighting, killing, slashing, a lot of zombies, you know, things like that. I don't know if I could live my existence in something like that. However, there are games that are kind of like a virtual reality, more like a social environment, like Second Life. And now I feel like Worm Online is very similar to that as well, because you kind of live a different life inside this game, and you're free to roam and do whatever you want. You're not stuck with some linear path like, you know, in a video game where you have to follow this path and do these missions.
Yeah, and the story never changes.
If I was to actually do something like that, it would be more of a sandboxy type game like that, where I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I actually, a lot of your RPG games and things like that, the the 3D environments that are coming out are getting more and more sandboxy. So, it's like Borderlands. It's wide open world. You can go anywhere you want. So I mean, if it was something like that, that would be kind of fun. I'd like to be in Grand Theft Auto. That'd be awesome.
I think Grand Theft Auto would be fun, but
you can already play that though, if you really want to.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be talking about games I'm already playing. I'm trying to envision what games would be perfect for living in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what game is going to give me the most fulfilling experience if I had to live in that game?
Animal Crossing.
Hey, if that one's too. There's not enough to do though.
But if it was like VR, don't you think they'd add some more features to it?
Oh, I'm sure they
or
would.
Make it a little more depthy.
I can't assume that. I'm just going by what I know about the game right now. And as it stands, if someone were to come up to me and tell me tomorrow, okay, you can live in whatever game you want as it stands, that wouldn't be one of them. At least for very long, if I could switch.
Well, it'd be like Total Recall. You go into an office and you got all these different things to choose from.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, the doctor gave me 6 months to live. I'd like to go ahead and pick out my video games now. You have them all, have them uploaded, you have them ready. But if you have family, they can give you some patches and some new games, that they think you might enjoy. That'd be cool. You'd be able to play with your living family members as well.
That would be cool.
Actually, there was a movie similar to that where I forgot what it was called, but this guy's daughter died, and he somehow managed to put her inside of a computer.
Huh.
And I don't know what the name of the movie is. It's old.
There's 2 animes about it: Sword Art Online and the Dot Hack series.
Well, I'm sure.
And then you got Tron. Tron's another one of those.
Yeah, there we go. That's good too.
Yeah. Tron's a really, really good example, actually, because that's actually what happened to the character. He got stuck.
Well,
the main character,
that's what
in the
happened
original.
in those mangas and animes that I was talking about. Like, there are characters who literally just put on like a helmet and went into VR, and you're like comatose in the real world, and they're stuck there through evil forces and beings.
Yeah.
To dumb it down.
Those are usually fight for your life kind of movies, though. Like movies that there's an action-packed stress about them, where the character has this much time to get it somewhere.
True.
So this is going to be a very real situation where we're just going to be like, I'm bored. I'm sitting in this computer. What do I do?
I don't know. Minecraft, like VR style, might be pretty fun.
That's my first pick, I think, for me. I think a lot of people would say Minecraft who've played it.
I would want some more features and horses, but
yeah, I want some mods in there.
Oh yeah, mods. Maybe the Tekken mod would be not too much at that point.
The Tekken mod, yeah, because you'd have all this time to learn it. That's when I'd want the Tekken mod, and then you could make some really awesome stuff.
Oh yeah,
you could really be inventive and.
I'd also want to play Assassin's Creed.
So what about,
fun.
We talked about being in a game. What about those games where you have death? I mean, what happens? Do you respawn and start over?
I mean, the whole point is to live forever. That's why people are inventing this technology. So respawn. I think.
So then.
What?
Then it puts a big old bend in the permadeath thing, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, if you're playing like a Minecraft hardcore world to make it interesting. But
and I guess you would just start over in a fresh world, and just wipe and then reload.
Oh, that would suck so bad.
Oh, would you feel pain, I wonder?
If they programmed you to. Because they'd have to give you like a nervous system and stuff. Yeah, like they'd have to give you pressure points in your avatar, but I think initially, if this technology did actually exist, if you want to get technical, I bet it's just going to be our brains programmed to control an avatar. It's not going to be us walking as we walk. It's going to be as if we're sitting at a keyboard and mouse, except we're just going to think it and it'll do what we want it to do. That's how I see it working at first. Like if you want to be really realistic about it, about this very
True, and
unrealistic
then that way
topic.
you have
I was
you
just
can
thinking.
access YouTube, you can access Netflix, you can watch movies.
I was just
Yeah.
curious, like, what a creeper explosion might feel like. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
I don't
Well,
either.
I mean, you're wanting to
But
play
I mean-
Minecraft, you're gonna know.
Yeah, if you had that
I don't wanna feel
sense
pain.
about it, though.
I
you
spent
wouldn't
my
don't
whole
want-
life feeling pain.
I don't want to feel it, but you know,
It would feel ow. Says someone in
In
chat.
order for
maybe
it to be
it
fulfilling.
just feels like a bunch of people tickling you, and it's really annoying.
Then you're going around chasing them because it feels nice. Come here.
In order for it to be more fulfilling, though, you would need some kind of a. There has to be some kind of a danger. Not danger, but like fear that you could mess things up. So they would have to put something in there to pain, pain nodes on your
consequence.
avatar or something, consequences, because otherwise you would just go in and just whatever, and you get bored. I know I do when I go into Skyrim and
Yeah.
I just go and start killing stuff. But it's just stuff like that. Skyrim would be a cool game to be in.
Skyrim would be fun. Yeah. Any
The
game.
horses.
Any
I like
game
horses.
I think that offers skills is gonna be like a close second for me, because Minecraft is awesome. You could sit there and just build whatever comes to your mind, and that'd be cool to be stuck in. But I think a game like Worm Online might be something to lean towards, because there's more to work for. There's actually goals, but it's still a completely open-ended world with no set linear story.
Right. Just gotta
So-
watch out for the spiders.
You need to work on these skills, and you work on them, and you can build really awesome stuff. And at the same time, there's nothing restricting you. I'm tired of being someone who is a carpenter. Now I want to be a stonemason.
Well, actually, Second Life would be for those who don't care. Would just, because there's no goals.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You can build anything you want without any consequences or without having to gather materials or
And you can
whatever.
fly.
And you can fly. So the ideal place for somebody as a virtual world would be Second Life. But I'm with you where Worm Online would be ideal for me, because I would need goals. I would need something to strive towards.
Yeah.
I did Second Life for a while and got bored of it. This one, I just can't seem to get bored of it. There's always something to do. I don't think I could ever, completely max out everything. It'd be impossible.
It would. Well,
But
the game I used to put myself in, because this isn't the first time I thought about this, believe it or not. I always thought, what game would I want to be stuck in? And at the time, it was RuneScape. I was obsessed with RuneScape, and it was really fun. I'm like, I could be, stuck in this game doing quests all the time and leveling up all my skills, and it felt like it would take a lifetime to level up all those damn skills. So, you know, and now that game is fell prey to bots. So now it's not fun. It's nowhere near ideal.
well, those are actually people that were uploaded to it that were dead.
It's already happened.
The
and,
secret
and they
government
chose.
Yeah, it's already
program
happened.
is RuneScape.
It's their testing grounds. They're testing this out.
I
They
knew
use
it. So we already have this
Wonder that
technology.
game's terrible.
And people, so botters in RuneScape aren't botters, you're saying. They're just really stressed out people who are just doing skills and not talking to anyone because they're antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
They've been stuck in RuneScape for 6 years, and they're like, I am done. I'm not gonna chat with anyone. I'm just gonna mind my own beeswax, mine some ores, and get the hell out of here.
Why wouldn't they try to hack out of it?
Maybe
I
there
mean,
was something.
it is on the internet. Why can't they just surf on over to 4chan or something?
I think.
What
I
if
think
the experiment went wrong?
So
Oh,
they're-
yeah.
So they need the avatar to survive. So they can't leave. What am I going to do? So they're just trapped until someone figures it out. What were you going to say,
Yeah.
Lino?
Well, I was going to say I don't know. I forgot.
The botting thing?
Yeah, I was just going to say that with the botting thing.
He's a bot now. That's why he forgot.
I knew it. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Just go with it.
No, it's just with RuneScape though. I mean, getting to maximum skill is, I mean, it's hard, but I mean, it's acquirable. With Worm Online, I mean, there's a guy that's been playing for 2 years that said that he has only known a couple people who have gotten that one skill up to max.
Wow.
I mean, there's like hundreds and hundreds of skills, so it just takes forever.
Yeah, okay, going off topic for a little bit here, what's the appeal to that? Why would they want to make it so the game feels like it's going to take a lifetime to level those skills up? Where's the fun in that?
Because in real life, that's the way it is, right?
Probably to force you to specialize.
I play games.
They're trying to make it as real to life as possible, is what they're trying to do.
But I play games to escape real life and do things I couldn't normally do.
Well, yeah, are you going to be able to really build a house with your bare hands? I mean, really?
No.
I mean, you could, but...
Are you going to be able to attack a giant spider and... You know what I mean? So these are just things that...
Tame a unicorn? You can't do that.
I think it's unwise as a business decision to make your game impossible to...
I think in time,
I think maxing every skill...
change that stuff.
Maxing every skill should take a very, very long time. But one skill, 2 years?
No, it doesn't. I've got over a 35 carpentry now.
Okay, but how long do you think it will take you to get to 99? Which
it
is like
won't
the max.
because the curve. It's curve. It goes like this. I'm at the up here where it's still climbing, and then it just goes down as far as skill gain. So it'll start going down as you get closer to 99. It gets harder and harder to skill. It's crazy. So yeah, it's hard. The skill gain increases to about 30 or whatever, and then it just starts going down. So then your skill gain is this.
If you had all the time in the world, it wouldn't matter. Like the skills, you'd want them to take forever. But as someone who's alive right now and not stuck in a video game, I would like the what's it called, motivation to feel like, okay, I'm going to get this skill maxed out, and when I do, I get this. Like RuneScape had that. You had this reward that you got when you got your skill all the way maxed out, and that was really cool.
Well, I kind of like how it takes forever because not everybody's going to have it then. But I think maybe for people like you, they should add more like mini rewards for reaching a smaller goal in that skill.
Well, they have titles. When you reach 50, you can get the title of carpenter or whatever.
Maybe you can craft cool little stuff, or you just get some gold, or you get a quest or something.
And then there's the
what?
Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Did he get up?
It's okay. Just roll with it. He just poofed.
Okay. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. No, let's go.
What? The rolling.
Anyway, for those who can't see us visually, Vortak just up and left for just a second.
Well, I was trying to do it quietly so you wouldn't have to say anything.
Well, sorry.
I know, but
no, I had to take care of
I didn't want everybody to wonder what happened.
I had to take care of a quick issue. No big deal.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, I just think overall that would be it would be incredible to be able to do that, because that would be something I would like to do when I die, is play video games.
Just for the rest of eternity.
So,
who's going to be managing these computers, though? Like, hardware does break down.
Oh yeah, we have a nuclear war, we're all dead. That's it.
Yeah, I think it would just be like a last-ditch effort.
So do we build robots to take care of it? But they would break down eventually too. I don't know.
I think it'd be someone's job to tend to these things, and hopefully we're
it's
backed
up. It's your
up.
job to eventually die.
Yes. Well, you can pass on jobs to people. It's not, they can make a huge business out of this. I mean, if you think of the maintenance of keeping stuff up like that, that could be a very, very lucrative job market, in my opinion. I mean, I'm just saying.
Sure.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna break down. So they'll have to have fail safes in the system that keep us from, being erased.
That's scary.
It is scary. That's why
Your family can come and visit you or download you on their computer.
They say that technology is moving in this upslope that's like going really, it climbs, then it gets it snowballs. It's exponential how fast technology is growing. But I just don't see that. I still don't see how it would work, what they're saying. Even 30 years from now, I don't understand how that would work.
Well, our brains have electricity in them. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And we have storage capacity. I think we only use 10% of our brain.
Something like
but
that.
We have it. And there's got to be a way. Whether I would think that because we decay and die, we're probably coded in Java, but
The garbage collector's coming, guys.
But no, seriously though, what form would the data be? It would just be like, what would it be? Would it be numbers? They'd have to download data.
I'm not good with numbers.
The data
I'm doomed.
The data has to be in numbers. So how would they would have to figure out a language that could read that data? That's weird.
I wonder if you would have to grow up with something like a chip in you. So, like, as a baby, you get this thing, and your body adapts to it, and then that's how they do it. Maybe once you reach a certain age and you're not growing anymore, or you're always growing, but you know what I mean. You're not adapting. Your body adapts to everything when you're that young. Maybe they need to put something like a little chip in you, so it's storing extra data on that chip.
Ooh,
I don't know.
That's creepy Big Brother theory there.
These are just little theories I have about how it would actually work, but who knows? It might be easier than you think with how fast technology is supposedly moving. I think if it's moving this fast, we shouldn't have as many bugs as we do with technology that has been around for years. Like this, what we're doing right now, talking on microphones with webcams, we have problems with this stuff all the time. And it's been around for like 20 years now, and they still haven't figured it out. No? Not 20?
Yep.
No, not 20.
Well, no, I'm thinking about how long has the internet been around? Since the early 90s, right?
At least. I think before that, really.
And we've always had online chatting, and then when did the microphone webcam... Because webcams have been around for at least 10 years, at very least.
I would say late 90s, because that's when Skype first introduced. They actually were going to somehow come out with hardware to use Skype. It wasn't really a...
Oh, yeah, because it was going to be like a computer phone. Not built into your actual home computer. Like,
right.
Predicting video phones. Video phones are the future.
And that was in like the late 90s, like 1998, 99.
Still, we've had all these years to perfect it, and it's still not perfected.
Yeah.
It's working well. I mean, I'm not complaining about it now. But all that trouble we just had before the podcast started with our mics, why can't we figure this stuff out? I know,
true.
I think that's user error.
Okay.
That's what Google's for.
Just gonna go for that.
You Google search it and find out how to
Google
fix
it. Yeah, Google everything. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I Bing it.
I want to go back real quick though. Jemmy was talking about Assassin's Creed being one of her picks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be.
The
I don't know about that one.
factor would be just so much fun. Can you just imagine, like, the free fall? That would be just so great.
That would be a rush to do that, just to climb up on a building.
And it's a completely safe environment, so you're not going to, like, bust your butt when you hit the ground.
You fall in a comfortable haystack sitting on a pile of concrete.
Oh, the haystack always killed me, because there's no way that cushions the blow. No way.
Well, they didn't have, like, mattresses to lay everywhere. That would make sense.
Maybe there's, like, 3 mattresses under that haystack. I don't know.
Is this how people lived back then? With mattresses and haystacks? Why? Why?
They need to really, to make a video game real, they really need to make your avatar go to the bathroom once in a while, but I haven't seen one yet.
Why would you want that?
Wow.
I don't know.
He just wants the
part of life.
routine.
I'm just saying,
that's like a driving game where you have to fill up your car with gas.
Oh, guys. I gotta go change my tires and...
I have to get my
Left 4
tires
Dead.
rotated and get my oil changed, and I mean, I actually do like little things like that within games like Gran Turismo, where you need to maintain your car, but not to the extent where I actually have to drive into town and take 20 minutes to get there, and then sit in the waiting room and read old magazines. That's what you're saying with the bathroom thing.
Yeah. I was just joking anyway, but anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. A hot bubble bath in game could be good.
I don't think you'd feel anything. Like
if we're alive right now,
Routine.
okay, we're alive right now. If we completely had all of our senses removed, yet we still lived, what would life be like?
Well, you're saying keep your sense of sight, right?
You'd obviously have
hearing.
your sense of sight.
You could
And
see, you
hearing.
could hear, but you're saying physically we can't feel anything.
We wouldn't be able to feel.
Yeah,
taste,
that
or
would be
smell.
like. I don't know if I could. I don't know if life would be enjoyable.
Well,
at that
okay,
point.
if
I
we've
think-
always, let's say we always existed like that, though, then it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't know the difference.
Right, true. And there are people that actually have that problem, and they die young because they hurt themselves and don't realize it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of sad. But yeah, I'm talking like in a video game sense. Like if we're in a video game, I think that sense of feel should be there as well.
I mean, ideally they'd want something there to replace it. I think their main concern is going to be getting you there in the first place, though,
Yeah, true. We're still working on getting you there.
and then not having
Okay,
you
we got him
perish.
there. He's there. He's in the game. See?
But yeah, you're right. I think because that's how life would be. You wouldn't be able to taste,
Yeah.
see, or smell or anything, and be kind of, I don't know. That would make it kind of boring. Depending on what you were doing, maybe if you had enough distraction. I mean, I'll tell you what. When I'm sitting building something in Minecraft for hours on end, I'm not tasting, feeling, or smelling anything. I'm just like zoned.
You don't want to lick a
I'm seeing,
grass
but
block.
huh?
You don't want to lick a grass
yeah, that's
block.
true. You zone out.
Oh, you don't really want to
Lick-
taste
lick
that
a
pumpkin
grass block.
pie that you just crafted.
That pumpkin. See, that's the other thing too. Your helpings in that game are really ridiculous compared to how you would eat in real life. You right click and you eat an entire chunk of cake. I wonder if you just start choking. Like they mess it up and you're like,
That reminds me of Dead Rising 2 when you go and there's cake on the table. When you when you click on a cake, your avatar dude picks up a whole cake and he's just munching on this cake in his face. It's hilarious. Well, like really?
okay, here's
Yeah.
one with Dead
Straight to your
Rising.
buns.
Just for fun, do you think Dead Rising would be a good one to be stuck in? Because it's kind of sandboxy. I'm talking about like infinite mode, not the one where you're by a clock. It's just zombies everywhere, and you have infinite supplies in the mall, and you just get to murder zombies all day long.
I would get bored with that really fast.
It would be
actually.
fun, yeah, but
Yeah.
it would be boring.
It'd probably get boring. I used
Unless
to.
I could find some really cool stuff to
But
play
if I
around
was
with.
really angry, that'd be like a great stress reliever.
True.
I mean, I don't know in Dead Rising 1, but in Dead Rising 2, they kind of have a somewhat of a crafting thing.
Yeah,
in
they
it.
don't have that in the first one, but yeah, that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
You can
Yeah, so I
combine
can-
different tools together to make excellent weapons or really crappy ones.
Yeah.
But when I
pretty cool.
when I played the first one, I would play it for hours. When I got the infinite mode, I was so tired of playing the story. I got infinite mode, and it kind of sucked. But I did something kind of cool. I went to the hardware store, and I grabbed, because it's like infinite propane tanks, and I made a trail of them. I just kept dropping propane tanks on a line, and there was like zombies just all over the mall, and I shot one and went and killed like a couple thousand zombies.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta
It
try
was
that.
fun. But they started disappearing. You gotta I did it once, and I realized half my tanks were already gone by the time I got to the end. So I'm like, crap. So I had to make it like smaller, but it was still, yeah, it was fun. Good times with Dead Rising. I wanted to play the second one. I never got around to it.
Yeah.
What about the trucking sim game?
Delivering freight all day long.
Delivering freight all day long.
Oh my god,
But Sims.
What if they chose for you?
Sims
So
would be
like,
crazy.
you know, you're on your deathbed. They're like, okay, so the game we chose for you is this, and like a trucker is like on his deathbed, and he's just like, well, you know, I spent my whole life trucking. I'm glad I'm free. And then they're like, oh, so by the way, you're gonna be in a computer, and we chose this game for you since you'll feel right at home.
What about RTS games? How would those work in a VR sense?
I think the same way. You'd still be above, and you'd be giving commands to all the little troops.
Ooh.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh, it'd be so cool if there was, like, one guy up above, and everybody on the ground was a real person just playing along.
That would be awesome. Oh, man. So, like, one guy's in charge, and then, yeah. Isn't there games like that already?
There is, but I'm talking about, like, in a VR sense. Like, some guy who's just a disembodied voice who can see kind of, like, everything that all his little
Group
guys
up.
see.
Like,
I
you
need
could be
you
God.
guys to huddle!
I need tanks
You
on
could be
control
God
one.
of all the. You could be like a god of all the other ones that have died and put in this video game, and you're like the main guy. I run this game. You become a dictator, and oh no.
Watch it, there's a guy coming over the river!
Thanks. Ah!
Oh, it'd be lame to be one of, like, the gathering peons, though, in that.
You'd be
Oh,
safer.
I know.
You're next to, like, all the, like, ripped guys who have cool weapons or, like, vehicles, and, like,
You got
I
like
just gather
a
wood.
rake.
I clean up the leaves.
I got a rock.
See, as games get developed and get better and better, and it seems like every time they come out with new games, they're like much better. In so many different ways, it's hard to tell because I could look back at old games and say, "Oh, I'd like to be in this one, this one, this one." But then there's some new games, that I'd like to try. Like Sim City, the new one that's coming out. That would be kind of neat.
That would be cool. Yeah,
Be above there or make your city. Yeah.
I could play that for a while.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what.
Basically, this is a conversation that boils down to this: what game can you see yourself playing for a very long period of time? And that's your choice. What game can you just sit in front of? Like right now, I'm not talking about 30 years down the line.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right now. What game do you see yourself being like? I can play this forever. Worm Online is not one of them. If I'm going to say it like that. Because if I'm not, if I'm stuck in it, because it gets boring, it's tedious, and you just sit there and you just click and you watch your dude saw some wood, and you're like, okay, click.
Yeah.
Minecraft is one I think that in that case I definitely could sit forever and play that game. Mm-hmm. I want Minecraft. I want more fish. I want fishing to be more interesting.
More creatures.
No, I'm talking about like in the game. I want, and they said they were going to improve fishing and
it's
farming.
something. Yeah, it's something
farming.
It's something that they should put in vanilla. I mean, really, how many times have people been asking for that? Just little fish. How hard would that be? I mean, they got these stupid squid that just do nothing but clog up everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised squid don't have a purpose by now, except for ink sacs. Like they had to do everything in their power to make villagers have like 2 or 3 different purposes, and squids just derp around. Still,
Yeah,
to this day, and you can't catch them. You can't. And no, what inspires that comment is the Tropicraft mod, because they have all kinds of different fish in there, and they're actually swimming around in the water. They're not just like invisible, and then you catch them. So. I was watching people make Let's Plays of that, and they make these awesome fish tanks. I'm like, that's so cool, because you have all these fish and they're swimming around, and it gives you something.
Yeah.
It gives you more of a reason to go fishing rather than now where you just use the fish to catch ocelots.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I guess my point is, I want Minecraft to be. If I'm going to be stuck in that game, I want it to have more content without me putting a bunch of mods in it.
Yeah, and then have the mods have to be updated. Yeah, that would be a mess.
I hope it's not a problem.
I'm sorry.
By then.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to put you aside. We gotta upload the server.
Oh, bucket
update
crash.
the server for you.
Oh, a chunk air destroyed
Bucket
your
crash.
house. Sorry.
You're like, wait, go what
Oh,
the?
what would happen to you if you were in that air chunk, like when the error happened?
Just fall.
Would you get all disjointed and just fall forever then?
You'd be like,
Well,
body's over
great.
here.
your conscience would be in a different file. I think if anything was to happen to you, it would revert back to that.
Wait, no,
Kind of like Assassin's Creed. you know, in the what you call it? What do they call that?
You're
Animus.
and you're just standing
You're just
doing
like
nothing
in
while
this,
it's loading.
there's mist and smoke while it's loading, and you're just kind of walking around, and there's nothing around you. Kind of like that. When something crashes or whatever, your conscious goes into this little mode where you know something's wrong. You're going, okay, I'm in this. Although it would really suck if somebody wasn't there to fix the error, and you got stuck in this little mode. To live eternity in this.
Gray zone.
That's limbo right there.
That would be terrible. There has to be some way. Yeah, if they were to do something like that, there has to be some way. Because what if we had some kind of giant war, and these servers were down in the earth, and there was a couple people that would operate these and make sure they were functioning correctly, but they all died, right? This is in real life. And they got all these computers stuck down there, and the programs crashed, and you're stuck in this limbo state.
Yeah.
And you can't get out. There's got to be some kind of fail-safe.
I would hope
some
you're
kind
with
of
other beings at that point, so you're not bored out of your mind.
True, but still, with nothing around you, I couldn't do that. I'm
Nothing
sorry.
but conversation for a while
That
until
would
someone
be
figures
hell.
it out.
That would be hell.
That would be hell.
Well, maybe you'd be able to load in a deck of cards or something.
Deck of cards, solitaire,
Do you know
no.
Gin Rummy?
Minesweeper.
Yeah,
That's the game I want to be
yeah.
trapped in forever. Is Minesweeper.
Mahjong?
Minesweeper.
I can't win. It's been 2 decades and I can't win.
Tetris. Freaking Tetris.
Tetris. Oh my god, I'd want to be dead. No.
Do-do-do-do.
All right. Well,
Oh man.
in honor of Valentine's Day, I've picked out a Mad Lib that's sort of Valentine's Day-ish.
Ooh.
If you guys want to
Okay.
jump into it.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
Starting
Put
with
on
Jemmy.
something more comfortable.
I need a noun.
Nail polish.
Nail polish.
Nail polish.
A name.
A name.
Any name. Just a name.
Any name.
Just a name.
Robert.
Robert. Don't even think about it. Just Robert. Adjective.
Stringy.
Stringy. Okay. A verb ending in ed.
I was gonna say run,
Run. I
Yeah, we
run over
ran.
here.
but
God.
let's say jumped.
Jumped. Okay. An adjective.
Striped.
Striped.
Or, yeah.
The best adjectives start with
Yeah.
S. A noun.
Noun. Let's go with train track.
Train track.
I don't know why I
Adjective?
thought of that.
Cold.
All right. An exclamation.
Oh, this could get...
Like arg.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Something stubbed your toe. What do you shout?
Ouch. Let's just do ouch.
Ouch. A verb ending in ed.
Blinked.
Blinked. I need a
I'm not
place.
doing a lot of action.
A place. How about a police station?
Okay. An adjective.
Slutty. S thing.
All right. A verb ending in ing.
Crouching.
Crouching. A piece of furniture.
Bidet.
Oh God. Oh
Okay.
man.
Television program.
Television program?
Yes.
How about Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone. Nice choice. And then we need a noun.
Cables. Or cable.
Cable. Okay. So this one's called Someone Special.
Oh boy.
I recently fell in and out of love with a nail polish. His name is Robert. I have a stringy feeling about him. When we met, we jumped, but back then he was... Oh, but then he said I was the most striped person he knew, and that he would like me to be his train track. It was a cold decision to make, but in the end I said, ouch! Why?
Because a train's running you down.
Oh, man.
After that, I left him and blinked all the way to the police station. I feel a little slutty about what I did, but I'd rather be crouching on the bidet and watching Twilight Zone. Who needs a cable anyway?
What? What was the last line?
Who needs a cable anyway?
Oh, my God.
Crouching on the bidet.
Perfect. Oh, my God.
The ending of that
I would
got
rather
better.
be crouching on a bidet watching the Twilight Zone.
You're too stringy. I'd rather crouch in the bidet and watch Twilight Zone than hang out with you.
Oh, that was a good one.
I would feel slutty, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was good choice.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll stop the Mad Libs there while we're on a high note. And
Yeah.
jump into something else here. Xbox... there's some more speculations about the new Xbox, some more rumors out there. And they're saying that the new Xbox may require the Kinect. And if you don't know what the Kinect is, it's that motion sensor thing that hardly flippin' works.
Oh, yeah.
But the new Xbox is going to require Kinect.
Well, they'll probably perfect the technology just a little bit more, but I really hate the Kinect. Out of all the motion sensors, that is my least favorite.
Yes.
Because it requires so much room, and you're gonna knock somebody upside the head.
Okay, Kinect sucks. I'm still going to give you that. But did you see PlayStation's like what's it called? Atrocity. I think that's the word I want to use. I want to use a big word. Like,
the TV remote with the balloon?
The TV remote with the balloon, and you had to have a camera, too. And they thought, you know what, this is going to give us a perfect range here, because we're going to have the TV remote and the camera, so they're both motion detecting, therefore you're going to have very smooth movements. And I played with it, and actually, once we got it set up, which took forever, it did work, but it was so much extra equipment that I'm like, I'm not interested at all. The Kinect, at least, you plug it in, and it quote, works. You know, right off the bat.
Well, what my question is, why would they make it like a mandatory thing to have it connected to this? Why couldn't you shut it off? You know, why does it have to be? I don't understand why they're making it like that. That's what I'm thinking. They're collecting data somehow.
Why? For what?
Research to sell to marketing companies.
Once ads start appearing on my Xbox while I'm playing a game, yes, then we'll have a problem. But I don't think... I mean, maybe, but I think this is more of just them trying to make a futuristic console. So now, if the Kinect is kind of, quote, built into the console, then you feel like you're getting a futuristic product, when honestly the Kinect needs to be retooled. I was at my cousin's house over the summer, and they had one, and they had a really tiny space to work with in the first place. But you had to scream at the thing to play anything, to do anything, to watch a movie. Like, you're yelling, Xbox on. Xbox.
Oh my God.
On. And Xbox. You got, you were scolding this child. And it was ridiculous. Why? You know, why can't I just say, Xbox play? Just in my normal voice without shouting at it. And it'll sit there with a little loading thing, like, what did you say? But you don't know if it's thinking or if it's just like waiting for you to clarify. And then the motion sensor is off too. Like, you do this, and then it catches your movement like 2 seconds later, which is 2 seconds too long. It needs to be instant for it to be fun.
Yeah.
I was watching my cousin play some game. You have to chop up vegetables or something, and swing.
Yeah.
And then
they got those on phones.
You know, after you're here, your hands are up
Fruit
here.
Ninja?
Yeah, Fruit Ninja. That was it. Well, there's a Wii one that's a Fruit Ninja. This is kind of a different one where you didn't have. I don't think you had swords. I think you just used your hands to cut. It was kind of stupid, but same concept as Fruit Ninja. Fruit Ninja on the Wii is pretty fun because the Wiimotes have always worked really well for motion sensors, in my opinion. And they drop a watermelon in front of you, and when you slash it, that follows you every step of the way. But that was like slash, and then it would slash.
Well, again, like Jimmy said, the technology has to be improved for it to actually. And it's possible that's what they're doing. They're improving it or making it better.
I'm sure they've tweaked it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't release just the same version of the Kinect that we have now. But do I still want to play those games? Absolutely not. I don't even play them now.
True. I like the Wii, and the Wii I think did it right. Now I don't like standing up to play games. They were kind of the first
to come out with that, weren't they?
Yeah, I think people went nuts. Oh, it's motion activated. That's crazy. It's the future of gaming. And Xbox and PlayStation were like, oh, we can make one too. And they put it together.
Threw something together, yeah.
Yeah, just threw it together. So I bet you the new Kinect will work a lot better than the current one. If it's built in with the system, if you think about it, that's what the Wii has without the camera thing. The motion activity is built into the system, and so they're trying to. All they're saying is, we're going to give you a console that's the Xbox, but with those features. And
so it'd be like Windows Vista, was the one that they just threw together.
Yeah.
And then they came out with Windows 7. See.
So the current Kinect was just thrown together.
You never know. Microsoft might get it right this time.
You're absolutely right. That's the trend of Microsoft. They try to compete with the market by throwing something together really quick. It doesn't pan out, and while people are still using it and sort of happy but bitching about it, they're going to, go ahead and
make it better.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and work on it behind the scenes. So, and then they make a better product. Still, so there's a new Fable game out.
Yeah.
And I was really excited because even though people were dogging on Fables 2 and 3, I'm like, oh, a new Fable game, and then I found out it was like a Kinect only thing.
I like Fable 3 actually.
That's a mini game to me. Fable is not a game where I can sit there and play with motion controls. I don't want to do that. I want to sit down with a controller and play through the game.
So what? You get your pet, your real life pet, to be your pet in the game? Is that how
that'd be kind of funny. No, I don't know. I've never even looked at it. I just heard that it was Fable something or other for Kinect. I'm not interested.
Well, yeah, I'm not interested in any Kinect games because the few I did play, it was obnoxious. It didn't work well, and they really weren't fun games. And I've yet to see one that even if the controls did work, I don't see any games that are fun still.
No.
In concept.
Yep.
No, you're absolutely right. There's no games for Kinect out right now that make me go, I gotta get that little device. I gotta get Kinect. And yeah, I'm not impressed. Nothing I've heard about the new consoles. No rumors or speculations have made me go, yes, I want this.
Yeah.
So until they do, I'm still gonna stand by what I said. I'm probably gonna stick to PC and Nintendo.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll still have the controllers still, but if they're building it into the console, they're gonna be heavy-handed trying to push for more motion control only games.
Oh,
probably.
I know that's what the Wii did, but the Wii gives you a lot of freedom too. You can use these motion controls, or you can sit your lazy ass on the couch.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can even do the Wii without that, and they have a really simple controller, so you get really simple controller-only games, too.
I just think Nintendo does it right every time. The Wii was missing HD, and that was big for everyone, and it didn't play DVDs. I know the Wii U has HD. I don't know if it plays DVDs. I don't know what Nintendo's problem is with DVDs. But
it's probably they don't like to pay for the licensing.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still, though, I think I have enough DVD players. I don't care. I think Nintendo does it right because they come out with something interesting whenever they release a console, a new aspect that we're like, oh, wow, that's cool. And Nintendo has Nintendo exclusive games, and not just a few, a lot of them. Every one Halo game there is, there's like a dozen Nintendo games that are exclusive to Nintendo that are just as, that have just as much hype with Nintendo geeks. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see. I honestly, like I've said a few times now, I don't see myself buying a new console just to play the new Halo game.
And I really think that a lot of these other consoles are, what they do is they kind of copy Nintendo. Because I noticed that when Nintendo comes out with something new, all of a sudden Xbox, PlayStation has something. You know, they come
Yeah,
out with their...
Nintendo.
So,
They're never the first to think of something.
Well, yeah, because Nintendo's like super profitable right now, though. They figured it out.
Nintendo was first, if you want to put it in terms
They
of
were,
Xbox
yeah.
and PlayStation. Yeah, Xbox
they were making
made-
video games way before any of them even thought of it. Sony wasn't even a video game company. Sony was
They made
they
speakers.
made radios.
Yeah.
They made speakers and radios. And then Microsoft, they just made an operating system for a computer. So neither one of those are really originated gaming companies. Nintendo is. It's always been
I
gaming.
don't-
So
No, I think they made something else first.
What?
But
I
not
just
very
thought they
long.
made the original Nintendo.
No, I'm pretty sure they did something before that.
see, back
But
there
I
was the
can't
Atari
remember what.
2600. There was the Nintendo. That's all it was, just called Nintendo.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
there
just
was-
NES, and then SNES, Super Nintendo, and then from there what?
N64.
And, oh yeah,
Game-
Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Wii U, and all the handhelds in between. And they were the first to do handhelds. They were the first to succeed in doing handhelds. And then
Yeah.
Sony was trying their hand. Xbox was like, "Pff, whatever. And
The Game Boy. They came out with a Game Boy.
yep,
Yeah.
I just think Nintendo wins overall if you want to talk gaming consoles. Everyone, I'm watching people argue all the time, PC versus console. And I always thought I was a console person, and I am. I still believe that the video game console is better for playing. If you're going to take Skyrim on the PC and Skyrim on the Xbox, Skyrim on the Xbox is better only because the Xbox is designed to play games. It's not going to get a virus. It's not going to crash and burn. But your computer is subject to all these things on a regular basis. It's always on. You're always on the internet. You're always browsing crap. You're always going to risk a virus. But with Xbox, you're just playing games. There's nothing. So
Not just that, with a PC, everybody's got a different kind of different kind of graphics card. Everybody's got a different kind of CPU. So they have to make a game that will be compatible with all these different types of graphics cards and be able to basically adapt to whatever you have on your
you
system.
got to wait longer for the game to come out on PC most
Yeah.
times.
And a lot of times the game doesn't work that well because, you know, they've had to cut corners to make it work with certain graphics cards or certain CPUs, so we're not getting the full effect that we would, let's say, on like an Xbox or something, because that would be completely, they made it specific for one environment.
Yeah.
You know, all Xboxes have the same graphics in it, all the, you know, everything is all the same. So they just made the game specific for that, and so they can just go all out. You know, you don't have to set your settings for graphics when you get on there.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's pre-designed for it.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, we got to wrap up. Sorry.
okay.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think there is something to be said about consoles versus PCs in that sense. I still believe that I'm going to stick to PC in the future.
Yeah, there's so much more control
Yeah.
with the PC, and you can do all kinds of things with it. So, yep.
Poor Jimmy hasn't gotten to say anything.
Well, I mean, you know, like, I'm in the middle of... I like PC because, you know, the control is a lot better, but I think consoles sometimes have more fun party games, and it's usually a group activity in the physical sense. The multiplayer is everybody in a living room, so it's more social.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah.
that's a good point too. But I think the Nintendo is also taking the party aspect into mind when they make these games, and they make some really fun party games. They do Mario Kart. I'm not talking Mario Party is Mario Party. Mario Kart, as I think, is an excellent party game. Super Smash Bros. Also,
Yeah.
I love Super Smash Bros. Don't you shake your head about Super Smash Bros.
No.
God, I love that
game. No.
I do
Great
think the
social-
GameCube one was better. I
The
think
GameCube
great-
one, I think, was the best, and then it's gone downhill.
Great social. There's a lot of social what am I trying to say? In other words, when you have people over at your house, everybody can get involved. It's a very social,
you take
socializing
turns. It's healthier.
tool. Yeah. And whereas a PC game, you're kind of stuck with the one PC game with one player.
Don't touch my computer.
Really,
yeah.
Everybody's a disembodied voice in your headset.
There's a lot of different. There's pluses for both sides. So.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Everything New Podcast. Sorry for the abrupt ending. We gotta go.
Yep.
We will see you next week, though. Time flew. Time flew today.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. It was awesome.
Fun. Very fun. So, as I said, we will see you next Monday. Catch you later.
Night.
Adios.
Thank you for listening to this installment of the Everything Noob podcast. Don't miss a live recording of our podcast on twitch.tv/enoobs, recorded every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. For information on everything you heard in tonight's show, visit everythingnoob.com and check out the show notes. There you will also find all of our past episodes, host bios, our Twitter feed, and a place to even ask us questions, which we may answer during the show. See you next week, and happy gaming.